Hi guys, and welcome to week 4. You might start to be feeling some changes. You might be feeling that change is happening fast enough, and that's okay. This is something that cage busting and cageology and creative freedom and all these things work for. It's actually helping you understand that as much as social media and marketing in general wants you to believe that change is overnight, and if you don't get it overnight, there's something wrong with you, or you should go buy the next thing, that this is simply not true, that this is something that we need to work on, that change can be very slow and very instant all at the same time. I think this is the whole overnight success that took 7 years. Like it's all the building, it's the growth, and I really want you to, after the end of this course, be at a place where you're enjoying it, that you want to build this growth, that you're not looking for misery. This is something that's very different, and people are, maybe you're afraid that this is what's going on here. Are you encouraging me to be miserable, Sherry? No, I'm encouraging you to look at the lessons. There's a whole thing where pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. And this is something that this course really wants to look at. And I just love that. And I love that quote. And it's one of my favorite books, what I think about when I think about running, or what I talk about when I talk about writing. Titles I'm terrible at, but it's going to be on your Wounds of Wisdom book, so don't worry about it. But these are things to think about, that's if you take nothing else from that course other than stop using judgment to beat you and yourself up into a life that you don't even want, to justify what you're doing, that please take, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional, because it's the picking at the scabs for the sake of picking at the scabs, for self-identification instead of the lessons that you can pull from that to make yourself a better and stronger person. And this is what we're looking at here. That it's looking at the caterpillar phase, it's looking at the messy middle, it's looking at the goo that this can be. And one of the things that you unlock this week is actually the messy middle video. If you go through that, I think it's a great video, and it's from the Creative and Vibrant retreat. But if you like it, then I think that you should look more into this whole messy middle and how to kind of bust out. But again, we're looking at bonuses, and now we're strictly on what we're going to get no matter what. But I think this is the important part with the whole pain, because I think sometimes pain scares us and the change scares us, and it lures us back into embracing the old again. And this is also why I really wanted you to have that golden cage inventory set up before we actually start going into this stuff, because when you start sliding back, if you've already done the golden cage inventory, it's fresh in your mind, it's in your brain, you can start looking at it and going, that's what I'm doing it again, and I have to stop that, and I'm going to stop that. So I really want you guys to think about that when you're going forward, you're looking at this course, because we're doing it also with the fact that we just accept that perfection is not possible. What we're doing is trying to be as full of an individual and full of life and passion as possible, and that means exposure, like I said, of vulnerability, but also a lot of passion and joy, and learning how not to care about other people's opinion of you, which is really important. Like I said, inside out living, not worrying about shining up the cage so that people on the outside go, oh wow, I'm so jealous, look at that fantastic life you have, when really inside you're dying and crying and sad. And I think a lot of us are there, like I've been there, like I said in my book. And it's definitely a cycle where I think sometimes the freer you are, the harder you can sometimes get trapped into a cage if you're not careful. And that's what happened to me, and that's what I don't want to happen to you. So I really want you to pay attention and do this video and do the work, and make sure that it never happens to you, that you find yourself trapped behind a closed bar that you didn't even expect. So what to expect in this module? This module is we're looking at the illusion of success on the heroine's journey. The yoga to center you and bring you back to who you are. I don't know why I keep saying the yoga. Like it's just something I started saying, probably to make fun of someone or something, and it's then karma that I keep saying the yoga. So that's what you get. I'm not perfect, no one is. Please don't ever think that. I mean, I think this is one thing that my freedom thieves go to, is that you're not perfect. You say things, who are you to tell people how to live their lives when you say horrible things yourself? But we are all human, and we need to realize what we're doing, and we just work to make ourselves better, and that's the important thing. And someone probably said the yoga, and I've started saying the yoga ever since, because in my mind I went hey. So there you go, karma. And then finally, learning to reclassify what abundance means to you, because this is very important, especially on the heroine's journey, when we're talking about eventually just connecting from the feminine and disconnecting from the masculine, or over-identifying with the masculine before eventually reconnecting with the feminine, and then having a healthy relationship with both the feminine and the masculine. And everyone has feminine and masculine energies. That's important to remember. So to start learning and trying to break that down without the outside influence, or without one energy or the other coming in, your ego is always telling you what to do and how to be better, when your heart's just like, but I'm happy with, like a heart. I just want to be able to sit at the beach and have a drink, and it doesn't have to be at a 4-star resort. It can be just at my local beach, I just walk down and sit in the sand for a few minutes. These are the kind of things I want you guys to be thinking about and looking into. All right, I'm going to stop myself now. Go start the module.